It's going to increase in price. Did this cause an increase in price on oil? I don't know. OPEC dictates the price of oil anyways, and so something like this they could account for. This is U.S. production as well, which I don't even know how much of that actually goes in the U.S. and if what it was going into before Biden was in office and what it's been going in after he was in office, because I know Biden and Trump ran a different game on that. So I don't know how long it takes to change those rules, regulations, what's been affected, what's happened. I don't know. This is what I know. And this is what I don't know, but this is what I assume. This is my first thought when I heard this was cyber attack, cyber warfare, and the lack of protection against it. And the first thought that came in my mind was cyber defense and intelligence. Now, it's no surprise to anybody who knows me that I believe that Obama, Biden, and Clinton's are been warmongering, right? And in their different ways. Not in a bad way, maybe. Not in a good way, maybe. So I've been waiting to find out how this may possibly affect the war machine and when would be the right time. I saw they like fired a missile off at an Iranian ship, and I was like, "Oh, is it time? Is it time to get into Raytheon or something like that?" It wasn't. I don't think. But now, cyber defense, it's been declared a national emergency, right? So ransomware occurs. Is it from Russia? We don't know. What's it from? We don't know. So, are they going to attack somebody? Who knows? Are they going to do their own cyber warfare? Are they going to find the picture of Putin on a bear that's naked and say, "We'll release it if you don't stop messing around with Ukraine"? I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't know how this works. But what I do know is that Booz Allen and Hamilton Holdings Group, I believe, is the #1 contract holder for cyber defense and intelligence, type contracts to the government. So when the government says, "Hey, we need someone to come out and make sure our computer's safe," they, roll out a contract, and a few different companies get that contract, and Booz Allen Hamilton is one of the #1 guys. Now, when Biden was getting into office, there was a chick. I'm gonna screw her name up. Nobody, please, if you guys find me in a ditch, I did not commit suicide. Some chick named Flournoy, I don't know. It's, you look it up, Google it. It was gonna be Biden's pick for Secretary of State. Flouray, I believe. And she had direct ties to Booz Allen and Hamilton. Instead, it ended up being this other dude, right? Who's like a 4-star general or some stuff. But guess what? He's got ties too. And Booz Allen and Hamilton, I guess they don't have lobbyists. They're the #1. I don't know how this works. I skimmed through multiple different articles without reading a damn thing because I don't like to read, and I don't even like to skim for that matter. I just like to put my tinfoil hat on and say, "Gotcha, bitches." So my understanding is that Booz Allen Hamilton doesn't have lobbyists, and so it doesn't break there was some rule with Biden's administration. They were like, "We're not going to hire lobbyists or people associated with lobbyists," but it turns out that this doesn't apply to them because they don't do lobbyists, which is odd since they have more government contracts in cybersecurity than any other company without lobbyists. I don't care what you fucking call it. I'm sorry. Look, you don't get to the, anyways, whatever. So the point is this: Booz Allen and Hamilton, chart looked good. They already have a bunch of government contracts. It's been declared a state of emergency. So my only fear with them is because they already have so many, that when the new contracts come out, one, we won't see the actual result until earnings comes out, unless the news comes out and it's a big enough push. Two, that maybe they're too busy already doing government contracts and they can't handle anymore. Oh, see, now we got to do this thing every time because I messed up, but that's okay. And I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see, dividend growth, and yeah, so 19% dividend growth and left behind by the market. Don't know what that means, other than the fact that if you look at all these other cyber defense people, it seems that they all kind of continued this trend upward, whereas this one did not, starting on January 21st. And I didn't look to see what that catalyst was. I think I took a quick glance and didn't see any major reason why, but there had to have been something there. Earnings, which they beat. So who knows? Earnings just still boggle the mind. But then it kind of rode here, and I just looked at this Mac Daddy too and said, "Hey, we got some room. We got some room to run, and have this
Not a lot,
baby
but...
catch up." A fair amount. I mean, at 83.
So
and
how
I'm
much did
thinking,
you say that it cost them on the oil again, though? As far as the
I think it was 100 million barrels was the number I
100,
heard.
like what was like the
I
dollar
don't know.
value roughly? Okay.
I don't know how much barrels.
The reason I asked is because 2020 reported statistics were all averaging around 20 million in ransomware. So there wasn't a lot of increase in the amount that was, taken using ransomware. I mean,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
they didn't
still
get
an
paid.
increase, but yeah. So
I don't think they got paid on this, and that was the deal. See, here's the difference, right? So on one hand, you got small business owner, owns a business or doesn't. He's a manager, whatever. He's got a little bit of cheddar. He's got a little bit of, right there. And he looks at some underage, teeny bopper porn or some nonsense or whatever it is. He looks at, breast milk porn. I don't know whatever he's looking at, right? I don't know. And he's like, the computer pops in and they're like, "Gotcha, bitches. We're going to show this to your wife or your colleagues or the news or whoever." And he's like, "Oh my God." And they're like, "Give us 1 Bitcoin tomorrow at dawn, or we're releasing all this shit." And he's like, "Oh shit." Yeah, that's it. It is now. All ransomware is now in Dogecoin. And so he pays him the Dogecoin, and then, it goes away because they don't have scruples, I guess. I don't fucking know. Who knows? But in this case, I think it was either an unreasonable demand that they're just like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Because as soon as it happened, it probably, dude was probably like, well, I'm fucked, and I just got to tell him what's up. And then it goes maybe the FBI or whoever, DHS is involved. I don't know. And they're there, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we don't negotiate with terrorists, so sorry. We're gonna show, your dick pics are coming out online. It's happening. You sent dick pics. They got it. You got the ransomware. We're going to lose the barrels of oil. We're not giving these people a damn penny. We're just going to hunt them down, find out who they are, and go to war with Russia." I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. This is what I know.
It's just funny because the variety of we'll go with paraphernalia that you're discussing.
It's a sensitive subject.
Sorry for your ransomware. When it hits your computer, oh my God. He's probably going to be like, "You know what? Never mind. You already got enough problems.
I will ransom the ransomwares." I wouldn't even notice it. I'd probably just be like, "What? It's cancel. How do I work this thing? Uninstall everything."
Exit. Problem solved.
Whatever. And I think you gotta have like a little bit of notoriety, I think, for them to really get to you. Maybe not. I mean, they'll try. It's just like the Saudi prince thing. You know what I mean? Like they'll, at one point in time in a lot of people's lives, if they go in different regions, they're gonna see some stuff. I like to claim that I've never gotten a virus at all, but I downloaded a miner and it got picked up on a scanner, and I had to remove a little bit of malware. So it happens to everybody. But before then, I've been pretty much squeaky fucking clean on my devices ever since I stopped fucking with that wares, baby. That was years ago. Anyways, and I only do P2P on StarCraft now, so what do you want? Anyways, so Booz Allen Hamilton was a potential winner that I saw in this, and